I've been building a sauna, and last weekend I made some real progress. I'm building this as a kit. So I had the two sides, the back and the front, assembled, and then my sons and I put it all together last weekend. First attaching the two sides to the back and then the front to the two sides, using dominoes for alignment and then 5-inch lag bolts for a good strong connection. Right now I'm working on the top, and the top needs to be made out of two pieces because the only way to get the top in is to fish it through the doorway, kind of prop it into position, and then put a cleat around on the inside walls. So you can see that I have this half just about 80% of the way completed. I still need to add the shiplap. So we'll go ahead and build the next one and go through all the steps. I'm building the top off of 1/4-inch plywood. This is just 1/4-inch plywood I picked up from the home store. I've already cut it to size, and I've already cut my parts that I'm going to attach to the plywood to create basically a braced panel. So I'm going to build it like this, where I'm nailing through the 1/4-inch plywood into my 3/4-inch plywood. You could call it like stud material or framing material. So I'm using that piece just to prop it up. I'll run a bead of glue along this piece right here and just nail through the 1/4-inch plywood with 1.25-inch nails. Now I'll spin this around and attach the other side. When I built the first half, I pre-cut all of my parts to size. So this one should go pretty quickly. Now I'll attach the parts at the end. Now I have what essentially is a braced panel, and I need to add nailers. This is going to be a way to attach the shiplap. The reason why I need nailers is I'm going to add a piece of material, or molding I should say, on top of this to create a vapor barrier that will be created by the shiplap, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's go ahead and attach these parts. I divided this into 3 equal cells for the insulation. And for this part of the project, I'm using Baltic birch plywood because Baltic birch plywood holds a nail really well. And that's what I used for the sauna walls as well. All the framing material is Baltic birch plywood. Now I'll flip this over and nail through the top. I'm using rock wool comfort board for the insulation, and I'm cutting it with this knife here. And I found sharpening the knife up just like this real quick does a great job of getting nice, clean cuts. So I'll use a straight edge, put it on the mark that I've already made. And it's usually 2 or 3 passes. So now I can remove the straight edge. And one more. And we'll see how that fits. Perfect. Now that I've finished up with the insulation, I'll add the sauna foil vapor barrier. I'll leave a little bit of an overhang and just clean it up later with a razor blade. And I'm attaching it with the staple gun and 3/8 staples. I'm going to cut this a little heavy. Now I have to picture frame the outside with molding that measures 3/4 of an inch by 7/8 of an inch, and I'll rip that on the table saw. I'm using an 1/8 inch spacer to create a small gap between the vapor barrier and the back of the shiplap. Okay, now I'm ready to attach the shiplap to the tops, but I'm out of shiplap, so I need to make some more. And I do have a full video on how I made the shiplap for the sauna. I'll put a link to that in the description below. I've got some 1x6 here, and I've already set up the other table saw with a dado blade to make the cuts. I took a minute off camera to figure out the math. You can see that I've already built one of the halves. I have a full board here, a little bit more than a half a board over here. And when the two halves are built, they'll go in, and then there'll be a piece of molding that ties the two pieces together and covers the seam. Now I'll go ahead, put this one off to the side, and put the shiplap on the next half. It's not too heavy, maybe 25 pounds. I've set up a stop block, and you can see that the first piece doesn't have the lap. I'm using these spacers, so I always have the same reveal. Now for this last piece, I'm going to have to rip that. So I'll take my spacer out and take a measurement from the spacer to the edge, and it's 2 5/8. When I make this rip, I need to remember that the measurement is from the long point of the lap. All right, now I've got both sides done. Let's bring it into the basement and see if it fits. Try to sneak this in here now. Whew. A little awkward. Get this end up on the cleat. That's good. Okay, now I have these sticks that I cut. And that's good there. That rests right there. Nice. All right. Looks like I know what I'm doing. Nice. All right. The first half went pretty easy. Hopefully this one goes. There you are. And attach this with a pocket hole screw. Nice. All right, well, this is starting to come along. I've been working on this project for a little while. You probably noticed the pocket holes. I decided to drill a pocket hole on each side of each top, and that allowed me to get the top in position and then put a screw through, and it'll hold in place until I had time to put the cleat in. So a few more things that need to be done. The vent cover for the top vent. The bottom vent under the heater does not need to be covered, neither does the one that's under the bench seat. I need to make a floor, I need to make a top bench, a lower bench. The door is going to get a piece of 15 by 30 inch tempered glass, and I'm waiting on that. I already have the heater and the light and the thermostat. So it's really coming along. I should have this whole project done in about 2 weeks. And once it's completely done, I'll go over the whole project, the construction of the project, a price breakdown of the project, and I'm kind of doing it a little bit in reverse because I'm designing this as I go and kind of figuring out things along the way. I'm I'm really happy with the way everything's turning out. The insulation was the way to go. Everybody says to not use styrofoam. That's kind of a given. Or fiberglass insulation, and everybody suggests going with the rock wool. So I went with the comfort board because it's 1.5 inches thick, and I was trying to keep my walls as thin as possible. If you were wondering about the stud material on the inside of the walls, I ended up using 25mm Baltic birch plywood, and I have a video that goes over making this one of the sides here. And the reason why I used Baltic birch plywood for my framing material is because it's very straight. I didn't want to use studs because they'd bend all over the place. I wanted everything to be very straight and rigid, because once the parts go together, or once you try to put the parts together, then they will go together. And I was really happy with the way everything lined up here. Using the dominoes was a good way to have everything align, and then using the 5-inch lag bolts. This thing's not going anywhere. Once it's completely finished, I will think about dealing with the outside of the box, but I'm not going to do that until I switch over to gas. Right now I have an oil tank. I want to get rid of the oil tank. This is like a next year project. The plan is to pivot the box around this way, and then I'll go over the front with some type of siding that will allow me to remove a few parts so I can still take the box apart if I need to. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.